Okay, y'all, I have an emergency because I think I just broke my own brain and I need some input. I'm autistic and have ADHD, both diagnosed, and the 3 immediate members of my family are also that way. One of our favorite things to do together as a family was just have a family meal. My family's Italian and Jewish, so we would do that a lot. Although I will have to say, as an adult, I have now realized our family meals looked a lot different from other people's. My mom played by her mom's house rules, which meant that if we were reading a book, we were allowed to bring it to the dinner table, no questions asked. Like, I could just sit at the dinner table and eat a meal with my family and not say a single word. As a gamer, this also ended up extending to video games, although I tended to be the kind of kid that didn't want to be like disruptive. So I'd literally be sitting there with my Nintendo DS with the sound all the way down at the dinner table. Before you go roasting my parents, they were also autistic and ADHD, both very loving and very attentive. We had a nightly Google every night because a question would always come up that none of us knew the answer to. Both my parents were gamers in their own way, so we were all doing the special interests together. It was like a bonding activity. Now, that being said, I was living with my mom, my dad, and my little sister, so it was just the 4 of us. But when we went out with my paternal family, like my extended family, that autism and ADHD multiplied exponentially. And between all of us, like the divorce, the remarrying, lots of different relationships, there were 10 cousins total at any given time. We would go to like chain restaurants like the Cheesecake Factory or Charlie Brown Steakhouse or like a Chinese buffet with no reservation, and it would be like a 25-person party. And they would seat us on these giant tables in the middle of the dining room where we're in like the center of everybody. And every single kid would be on a DS or a phone or whatever, doing their own separate activity. Twizin and I, Twizin means twin cousin, for those of you that are not with it, would literally sit there and play like Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box at the table in the middle of the restaurant. She wanted the full volume on, so we were just freaking hashing it out. We were having a time, we were solving mysteries. And my dad would say things like, you guys have voices that would pierce steel. And meanwhile, I was like autistic and like 8 to 10. So I had the awareness enough to understand that what was going on was vaguely embarrassing, but not to pinpoint why. And me and my immediate family were much more mellow. We would literally leave these family gatherings and be like, because everyone would be so loud and like talking over each other all the time. It was like noticeable how bad the service we would get, which I'm not blaming the waiters and waitresses for. When you have a 25-person party with no reservation, that's what happens. But also, I think that our behavior was contributing to it. And it literally hit me like a ton of bricks today. My family was made up of the first iPad babies. I literally mean, my grandfather is kvetching up a storm. Everyone is complaining that they did not get their drinks right because they got a Coke instead of a Sprite. Me and all of my cousins are talking at the top of our lungs, and there is some poor millennial trying to get themselves through college during the Great Recession. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these children? I do not blame my family because none of us were diagnosed, but if you ever wonder why I thought shit like this was normal, it's because my entire family acts like this. And if you worked in a chain restaurant in New Jersey between the years of like late 2000s, early 2010s, you may be entitled to financial compensation.